laddies, odes tonight.
The shock.
This is an ode to the invisible, or the explanation of everything. And still I can't help but think that you, oh, definitely you. You certainly you, and absolutely you, and unquestionably you, all of y'alls, frankly you. Still, I can't help but think that you contain not multitudes, nor all races, nor all genders, nor even all worlds, but all galaxies. No, all universes. No, all meta-universi, with these spiral patterns of yours, which echo and manifest in every single medium we can possibly speculate into being. These spiral patterns of yours, which are not motion so much as they are frequency, like little bits and pieces of you cramming themselves into and out of the perceptible reality. And it is here, in this place, where the Scylla of your wavelength and the Charybdis of my shadowed antimatter, this place, where all of the alchemists, all the philosophers, all the visionaries, where all of the mystics, all of the prophets and poets rend their minds and dash their hearts against the impossible contradiction of existence. Man, it cannot be easy cycling in and out of the past relative to your journey through these dimensional realms. But I want to be among the first to thank you for all the hard work you are doing to forever birth an armada of Prince Caspians, who are themselves forever pushing towards the gravitational barriers, forever sailing into an ocean of posies and poppies where their lonely and brave vessels are inevitably coated with nectar and pollen. Many of us never to return. And still around and around you go, you little bits of who surely would have shared with Dickinson and Whitman, who inhabited all they could imagine, or Christ, who tried to show that we were everything that we could imagine, or Buddha, who tried to show that there were nothing that we could imagine, or perhaps even the first primate with opposable thumbs who imagined the practical value of murder. It is you whom all of us here this evening share. So, here is to your long night's journey into day. Preoccupied as you are with eddying on the fringe cul-de-sacs on the outskirts of town, hanging around the perimeter of campfires like these, where the cold and dark things reflect just enough innocent light to keep all that horrifying and hypnotizing and everything in between just long enough to keep all of us hanging around. And maybe that would go a long way to helping towards the explanation of everything. This is an ode to my writer's block. We wake up every morning and fight like this. You screaming in your sleep, me pretending to be awake. It all seems so promising, just a few hours passed, but now it's 11:30 in the afternoon, and I stare 1,000 yards into a neon acoustic corridor where long-legged lightning gods get down, get funky in the goat dog's backyard in Brunswick. And you slip through the comforter as if in my mind you had never existed. So, we pour out of the community futon, and you've really left me for good now. Other than these few glimpses I see of you, naked and prostrate on the floor, the yearning glance that says, come over, touch me, grab me, pick me up, and turn me over, and grab that big, fat, long, juicy pen and write something! Anything! But we get so sick of each other by that point. We distract and distance ourselves, convince each other that we're separate and individual, so we can have all that space between us. It's much more comfortable that way, isn't it? But perhaps later tonight we can crawl back to our mutual pining society. But I feel for now, I should be brutally honest with you, Yes, I believe I should be completely fucking forthcoming and say that I wrote something super revealing about you. Yes, I wrote something really very compromising about you. And I'm feeling pretty full of myself. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty special about it, so honey, please, from the bottom of my heart, go fuck yourself. Because it's sure to make both of us feel a lot better. Thank you.